We can clearly define what junk food is. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. All right, if we want to define junk food, and I think we can objectively do so, because people always say, the flexible dieting crowd, you can't define that. I think we can clearly define that. Here's why. What do we define as healthy food usually, right? Any food that is either very high in protein or high in fiber and contains significant amounts of vitamins and minerals. Okay? Very straightforward, isn't it? Right? That's how I define a healthy food. Therefore, junk food or an unhealthy food could be seen on the opposite end of that same spectrum. See how easy that is? Now, I will usually say, with the assumption that it's usually a heavily refined food, or at least a moderately refined food, okay, with the following caveats, because refinement doesn't always create problems. But the real caveat is it needs to be the opposite of healthy food, which means it needs to be low in both protein and fiber. Because notice that I said healthy foods are almost always high in one of those two. They're usually not always both, right? Because, brown rice, plenty of fiber, low protein. Okay. Chicken breast, high protein, no fiber. Right? So this isn't difficult for us to understand this concept. All right. Needs to be low in both. All right. So this is very straightforward. And I can give you guys easy examples. And it's a very straightforward rule. Now, do you want to identify foods that could fall in this category? And I think it's safe to say that if, on top of that, it has significantly reduced vitamin and mineral content from the unaltered version. All right. I'll give you an easy one. Table sugar. We don't need to go to high fructose corn syrup. All right, let's start with table sugar. Now, obviously, high fructose corn syrup counts. Table sugar, easy one. Falls directly in this category. Started as sugar cane. It was then heated, burned, milled, all the fiber removed, all the vitamins and minerals removed, leaving sucrose, table sugar. Now, this one's also an easy one because it sets a standard for other stuff. Does it require modern chemistry to be involved with the processing? No, that's purely a mechanical process. But it extracts all the nutrients and leaves us with just junk, right? Table sugar is absolute junk food. Therefore, we can conclude that anything with significant amounts of this ingredient added back in probably constitutes somewhere on the junk food spectrum, right? If healthy foods are on one end of the spectrum, junk food on the other, this is very clear. And no, I don't believe this. Oh, it's the context of your whole diet, because a lot of these foods have inflammation problems, empty calories and everything, no matter what you eat with them. Okay? So we do need that context. All right? We do need that context. But that is a fairly low-tech refined food. Right? We've been doing it for hundreds of years. We've been doing it for hundreds of years. All right. See how easy it is? How about vegetable oils, refined oils? Same thing. Do they even need to always be heat treated? Not necessarily. Is that another process that can make them worse, right? They've gone through all these chemical processes, sometimes the seed oils, right? Further refinement, which can potentially be problematic, oxidizes the beneficial polyunsaturated fats. But let's take even those oils. Right? We could take a simple one, something like soybean oil. Right? You take a perfectly healthy plant, soybeans. Right? Perfectly healthy. We've now extracted all the oil from it. We got rid of all the protein, all the fiber. Now we just have the fat. Fairly empty calories. Okay, we're sliding into the junk food spectrum. Okay, straight up soybean oil. We're in the junk food spectrum. Empty calories, reduced nutrition, had plenty of protein, plenty of fiber. Previously, it's now been removed from the soy. Now you just have the oil. Now, if it's undergone other heat processing and other stuff, all this oxidization, even worse. And this is where I then throw butter in. Same thing. Oh, but it's a low-tech process. We've been making it hundreds of years, just like table sugar. All right, you take milk, an amazing, amazing superfood. You remove all the beneficial stuff because you skim the cream. People say, well, it's just skimming the cream. Okay, but the cream has now extracted all the healthy stuff. All the protein, the magnesium, potassium, the calcium. Those are the reasons whole milk doesn't negatively affect your cholesterol, by the way. Even though it has a lot of saturated fat, it doesn't seem to affect it. They speculate those have cardioprotective benefits. Seems to be why butter always negatively affects it in the lab on the other extreme. See where we're going with that? So you take the cream, we now have a junk food. We've extracted all the good stuff. We've got rid of all that protein, has no fiber. Had no fiber to begin with, so still has none. We've extracted almost all the protein. All right, we've slid it down the junk food category. We've taken out the beneficial stuff that we want, dramatically reduced vitamin and mineral content other than vitamin A. All right, this is a junk food. Now, when you churn it, it's a process that makes it a slightly more junk food. And we see that in the blood work and in the studies. All right, this is very straightforward. And we can put these foods on the scale. You know, just like we could take brown rice versus white rice. White rice isn't actually that bad in the grand scheme of things. But if we're going to take the healthiest end of the spectrum, the brown rice or whatever, we've taken some of the fiber out, some of the vitamins. We've slid it on that continuum. It's still on the healthy end of the continuum. But it's still, we've slid in the other direction. And again, you can put most foods in these categories. Some of them are just simple black and white. Right? The easy ones, butter, these fried vegetable oils, refined sugars, those are all easy ones. Those are easy junk food categories. Those are no-brainers for the reasons that I listed. But that's your criteria. You look at it and go, does it have no fiber? Like fiber, I've heard junk food described as fiber-free food. That's a good definition. But protein has no fiber. So we would say fiber-free foods with low protein. Okay? There's your defining characteristic. And it works. And it's easy and it's valid 99% of the time. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.